Shalom, shalom. And again, shalom, Yasha Allah. It's your boy, Dan Allen. All right. Shalom, shalom. Slakia. All right. And today, coming to you live and direct with another breakdown. All right. So without further ado, let's give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. Double honors to our elders. Salutations to the brothers and sisters that labor in this truth week in and week out. All right. And the mighty shalom to those that are watching. All right. Getting ready to put their boots on the ground and step. All right. For the mighty Lord of your sake, man. All right. So without further ado, all right, as I entitled it, all right, bear your cross. All right. Which is a very important lesson to go into because when you come into this thing, all right, you have to be a follower of the Hamashiach. All right. The Lord laid his life down. All right. For us. So we have to do the same in exchange. All right. And a part of laying your life down is going through the changes, the trials, the tribulations. All right. Everything that's going to get thrown your way, you got to be able to take on. All right. So Salakia, real quick. All right. So Salakia, without further ado, we're going to get right into this thing, right? So first, I want to go to the Book of Sirach, right? And Salakia, I got to share my screen. Bear with me for a second. All right. All right, so now that I shared my screen, I'm pulling up the King James Version Bible, all right? And I'm going to start here at verse 9, all right, in the Book of Sirach, chapter 46, all right? And it reads, the Lord gave strength, all right, also unto Celeb, right? So this was a man who gave, all right, his life over to the Lord. In other words, he bared this cross. He followed after the Mashiach. All right. And okay, he gave his all, man. Right. So let's start it over. It says, the Lord gave strength also unto Celeb, which remained with him unto his old age. All right. So the Lord gave him that spirit. All right. It says, so that he entered upon the high places of the land, and his seed obtained it for an inheritance. All right. So through his diligence, all right, through his faithfulness, okay, he was able to inherit, all right, something special, man. Right. Let's read on. It says that all the children of Israel might see that it is good to follow the Lord. All right. And clearly, this is what this whole subject is going to be based on. All right. To follow the Lord. So we got to do everything in our might, in our power. All right. To follow after Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And that's exactly what it means. Okay. To bear your cross. Okay. And also, I have a definition up here I wrote down. All right. What do it mean to bear your cross? All right. It says burden. All right. Self-denial. All right. And figuratively speaking, it means to exposure to death. Right. So the men of the Lord, all right, they take on this thing as a burden, man. Right. They change their whole life. Okay. They separate from bad company. All right. And they get their household in order, and they go and serve the Lord, man. All right. Self-denial. Okay. Self-denial is what? You putting away all the pleasures that you were once into, man. All right. You're not doing the same thing that you were doing years ago. All right. You are following after the Mashiach. So you're going to self-deny yourself all right, from a lot of things, such as the pleasures of this world, like, all right, maybe smoking weed, all right, whoremongering women, right, and etc., man. There's a long list of things that brothers was kind of into before they came into this truth. But since they came into this truth, all right, they have self-denied themselves, all right, to follow after the Lord, man. Right? It says, and concerning the judges, every one by name whose heart went not a whoring, nor departed from the Lord, let their memory be blessed. All right. So the Lord said, let their memory be blessed. All right. Let's read on. It says, let their bones flourish out of their place, and let their name, let the name of them that were honored be continued, all right, upon the children. So the men that endure to the end, all right, their name is going to be honored upon the children in the kingdom, man. These men that's have self-denied themselves, all right, and have given a body as a living sacrifice to follow after the Lord, all right. The scriptures say, let their memory be blessed, meaning they're going to be able to remember, all right, all the trials and tribulations it took for them to get there. It also says, let their bones flourish out of their place, all right. We're going to get glorified bodies, man. Let their name, let the name of them that were honored be continued upon their children. So they're going to be, in other words, written in stone. All right. Those men that are written in the life of the book of life right now. All right. And the ones that the Lord have given the spirit. All right. Which we know them as the remnant. All right. The elect, the saints, those men. All right. They're going to be honored and continually. All right. Among the children. All right, in the kingdom of heaven. It says Samuel, the prophet of the Lord, beloved his Lord. All right, Samuel was a mighty man. All right. It says established a kingdom and anointed princes over his people, man. Right. And that's the type of spirit you got to be in. You want to be in the spirit of Samuel. Samuel damn near had no blemishes, man. It would have been hard for you to build a case against Samuel. All right. It says, by the law of the Lord, he judged the congregation, and the Lord had respect unto Jacob. All right. Here's a key word, right? Here's a key part. By his faithfulness. All right. This is very important. All right. Because in able to follow the Lord, all right, and endure to the end, you got to be dealing with faithfulness. All right. Not easily thrown off track, not easily distracted, not easily led astray, all right, or thrown to and fro. You got to be faithful to the Lord, man. It says, by his faithfulness, he was found a true prophet, all right, and by his word, he was known to be faithful in vision, all right. Let's read on. It says, he called upon the mighty Lord when his enemies pressed upon him on every side, when he offered the sucking lamb, right? It says, and the Lord slandered, right? And the Lord thundered from heaven, and with a great noise made his voice be heard, and he destroyed the rulers of Tyrans, all right, and all the princes of the Philistines. So the Lord is going to protect his elect. All right. Like we went into in the other video. All right. The Lord has his hand on his anointing. All right. So we got to stay faithful in this thing and depart not away from the Lord and not go a whoring, man. Right. That's what it means to bear your cross. All right. To follow after the Lord fully, man. Right. And shalom and a mighty salutations to all the brothers and sisters that's tuning in. So let's move on. Now, remember, the Lord gave strength to Seled. All right. Let's go to Numbers chapter 1. All right. Salaki, and this is Numbers chapter 14. Right. So this is Numbers chapter 14, verse 24. It says, but my servant Seled, because he had another spirit with him, all right, and has followed me fully, The Lord said that Celeb had another spirit with him and has followed him fully, man. Meaning what? That Celeb wasn't like everybody else. All right? Celeb wasn't easily thrown off. You couldn't knock Celeb off of his square. He had another type of spirit. Just like the men that you see that's in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai today. Right? It's going to be very hard to knock these brothers off the square. Why? Because their mind is made up. They got tunnel vision. They know exactly what they want to do with life. All right? And that's the same thing that Celeb was into, man. Right? It says, but my servant Celeb, because he had another spirit with him and has followed me fully, him will I bring unto the land where into he went, and his seed shall possess it. You see that? And that's kind of what the book said in Sirach. All right. So the land, the Lord has promised Celeb, all right, pretty much the kingdom, and that his seed will possess it because of his faithfulness. All right. So we got to stay in that spirit. We don't want to fall off track. All right. Let's jump on down. Right. Let me see. Salakia. So, all right, so let's move on, man. You got to be faithful like Celeb, man. All right, that's what it means to bear your cross, to follow after the Lord, man. Right? To deny, all right, your own flesh. All right. It says, this is Revelations chapter 4, right? I'm gonna put it up just for so whoever's got the pen and pad. All right. I mean, Salaki, and this is Matthew chapter 10. All right, so Matthew chapter 10. We're going to go to verse 38. All right, and it reads, he that taketh not his cross, meaning he that don't follow after the Lord and followeth after. So it says, he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me, all right, is not worthy of me. So this is talking about the man, all right, who's doing it for entertainment, man. All right. The brother that's not really sincere about this thing, man. All right. Who's kind of around for the feast days. All right. All right. For the to manipulate their woman. All right. Whatever hidden agenda he has. All right. Because a man of the Lord, he's going to take on that cross. Right. He's going to deny, all right, the world, all right, and he's going to do whatever he has to do to follow after a Mashiach, all right. So it says, he that taketh not his cross, all right, and followeth after me is not worthy of me, all right, because he's not following the Lord sincerely. It says, he that findeth his life shall lose it. So you find life when you come into this truth, all right. You find life when you come into this thing, man. Okay. Hey, you start breathing better, man. All right. The Lord increase you with anything, man. Right. It says, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. So you lose your life for the Lord when you come into this thing, right? Why? Because once you were a part of the world, all right, you got to let all of those things that you had going on in the world go. All right. So you losing life. Why? Because you're not hitting the club no more. You put down the pork. All right. You kind of growed out your beard. All right. You ain't chasing after women. All right. You kind of not on the block no more. All right. You're not doing none of the things that you were doing before. All right. So you lose your life. It says, and he that loseth his life. All right. So you got to put down everything that you got going on in the world, man. Right. It says, for my sake. So this is what determines whether you're worthy or not. All right. Are you willing, all right, to put down your lifestyle for the Lord? All right. It says, he that findeth his life shall lose it. All right. So you find life when you come into this thing, but you lose your old lifestyle. And he that loseth his life, meaning when you throw away your old lifestyle, what? For my sake shall find it. So you find new life. All right. Because everybody that you were dealing with in the world, they're going to vanish. All the women that thought you were popping or whatever terms that they use now, those women going to vanish, man. But guess what? The Lord is going to give you new people. You're going to lose family. You're going to lose friends. All right. But the Lord is going to replace them, man. All right. And also in the kingdom of heaven, you will be rewarded tenfold, man. So you may be dealing with one woman right now. All right. And you change your life and give it over to the Lord. But the Lord is going to bless you with more. All right. So you don't really got a damn thing to worry about. All right. So it says, he that receiveth you, receiveth me. All right. So the people, when you come into this truth, all right, you're going to go want to get on fire and go tell everybody. All right. Which is not I would say, it's not wisdom to do. When you first learn the truth, I would say you stay back and you get as much information as possible before you start speaking on it, because you don't want to get caught out there. If you don't have enough wisdom, all right, to back up what you're saying, a Christian may be able to confound you, right? But that's kind of off topic, but it's leading up to what I'm saying. It says, he that receiveth you receiveth me. All right. So when you teaching that person the truth, all right, once you're well studied, all right, once they hear you out, all right, they're pretty much hearing the words of the Lord. It says, he that receiveth you receiveth me. All right. Those men that respect you, all right, for doing what you're doing, they're respecting the Lord. He that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. All right. So that's how it is. All right. That's plain upon tables. So you got to receive the Lord. Ain't no shortcutting. You can't go straight to the Father. All right. You got to go through the mediator. You got to go through Yahweh Shai to be able to get your answers, your prayers answered by Yahweh. All right. It says, he that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man reward. All right. And whosoever shall give a drink. All right. So when the brother's out there teaching, all right, and a person comes up and want to give us a bottle of water, let's see what happened. And whosoever shall give to drink unto one of those little ones a cup of cold water, only in the name of the disciples, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward. You see that? So you get respect from the Lord when you bring water to the camp, when you looking out for the prophets, when you giving alms. All right. So not everybody's going to be a teacher, man. All right. But if you're not a teacher, you could do stuff for the congregation, such as give alms. You can donate, do stuff like that, man. Right? Let's move on. And that's still following the Lord. All right. So this is Revelations chapter 14, verse 4. All right. It says, these are they which are not defiled with women. Now, I want to deal with this real quick. All right. I want to deal with this. These are they which are not defiled with women. Now, is this talking about a man who's a virgin to a woman, who's never witnessed sex? Absolutely not. Let's read it again. These are they which are defiled, all right, with women, right? So is this are not defiled with women? So is this talking about a virgin man? All right, let's read on. Remember this, we're going to go back to it. For they are virgins, all right? So many people will see this and say, Oh, so this is talking about a man who's never laid down before, right? Let's read on. These are they which follow the Lamb wherever he shall goeth, right? So do you have to be a virgin to follow the Lord wherever he go? Right? We're gonna find out in a second. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. All right. So this is talking about a specific type of man who's claimed to be a virgin, right? And we're gonna see what kind of virgin this man is, all right, in a second. But these men were redeemed and proclaimed to be the first fruits of God, right? Because they followed after the Lamb. Now, there's many men in the truth today, all right, that follow after Yahushua, because Yahushua is that lamb, that sacrificial lamb, all right? But they're not virgins, all right? Peter had a wife, all right? Peter had a wife, okay? So does this mean he can't follow after the lamb? Of course not. Let's go to Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 5, verse 3. For the lips of a strange woman drop as the honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than butter. I mean, smoother than oil. All right. So that woman that is talking about, all right, here is talking about philosophy. And this is the same matter in this chapter here in Revelations 14:4. This woman here, this isn't a physical woman. Just like in Proverbs here, verse 5, this isn't a physical woman. This is talking about philosophy, strange doctrine, all right? Believing in religion, man, right? Let's go to Proverbs 7. Let's prove, all right, that woman is compared to wisdom. And not all wisdom is good, all right? You have that righteous wisdom that you should obtain, but you also have a wisdom, all right, that is given unto evil. All right. So right here, let's go here. Let's start at 4. It says, this is Proverbs 7:4. Say unto wisdom, art thou my sister? All right. And call understanding thy kinswoman. So wisdom is your sister. All right. And understanding is thy kinswoman. Meaning what? That wisdom and understanding is compared to a woman. All right. It says that they may keep thee from the strange woman. Now, the wisdom and knowledge of the Lord will keep you away from that strange woman that we're speaking about in Revelations 14:4. By being locked in, all right, in his truth and believing wholeheartedly, all right, and bearing your cross fully, it's going to keep you away from those strange women, those philosophies that we're speaking about. It says that they may be kept, all right, that they may keep thee from the strange women, all right, from the stranger which flattereth with her mouth, with her lips, because these other strange women, meaning philosophies, all right, sometimes those other women can taste good to the mouth, man. And she has a lot of false information, man. Right? Like Christianity. That's a strange woman. We just now learned this. Christianity, that's a doctrine that was put on the Bible. All right? The Bible is speaking about us. This is our history book. So when you put a religion on top of the Holy Scriptures, it becomes strange. So Christianity is that strange woman. All right. Islam, that's another strange woman, man. All right. And guess what else is a strange woman? Hip hop, the street code. All right. All those things are strange women put on our men. And a lot of men lay down in bed with this strange woman. All right. Week in and week out. While we week in and week out in bed with wisdom and understanding, man. All right. So let's go back to Revelation chapter 14. And we're going to read it again. All right. So now that we have the understanding on what this woman here is, it should be clear. It says, these are they which are not defiled with women. So these are the men that are not given over to philosophy. All right. For they are virgins, right? Meaning untouched. Once they've come into this truth, they were never dragged back in. All right. It says, these are they which follow the Lamb. All right. They have that faith. All right. They've repented. All right. They follow the guidelines of the Lord. All right. And their heart is fully in this thing. Right. They follow the Lamb wherever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, because the Lord took us from among men. We were among brutish men. We were around I don't want to say simple, but we were around people of no understanding. All right. And the Lord took us out of that and gave us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And it says, being the first fruits, meaning what? Now, the first fruits are going to be the men that inherit the kingdom. All right. Being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. All right. So this is what this thing is all about, man. Following after Yahweh Shai, man. All right. And making your mind, all right, making your mind dedicated into him. Right. Let's go to Proverbs chapter. Okay, I brought that up already. Let's go to Luke. All right. So Luke, what was that? 27. All right. So all right. So this is Luke chapter 20. I'm gonna start at 26. If any man come, all right. So this is Luke 14:26. If any man come to me, all right, and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. Now, does that mean that you have to physically, all right, go around, talk about, yeah, I hate you. I hate you. You're a piece of shit. And da-da-da-da. No, that's being a lion, man, and a madman. That's not what that's dealing with. All right? That's talking about willing to cut them off for the Lord. All right? The Lord come first, not these family members that's mentioned here in this precept, man. All right? So they come second, man. They don't come first to the Lord. All right? It says, and whosoever doeth not bear his cross, all right? Meaning what? Bearing that burden that Yahweh Shai carried on his back. All right? What else we had? Self-denial, man. The Lord self-denied himself. He died, all right, to give us life. So we got to be in the same spirit. We got to be ready to lay our life down for our brothers that's in this truth, man. All right? Because Yahweh Shai laid his life down for the whole nation, man. All right? It says, whosoever doeth not bear his cross and follow after him, man, and come after me cannot be my disciple. All right? You got to be in that spirit to be able to lay your life down. Seriously. And if you're willing to lay your life down, that means that you're willing to give all your time to the Lord. Not saying that you can't have a life, but most of the time you got to be meditating on the scriptures, reading, all right, studying, watching videos, getting built up in this thing, all right? You don't want to be a brother who wasted time and can't grow because they don't study for themselves, all right? It says, for which of you intending, Salakia, to build a tower sitteth not down first, right? And counteth the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish, all right? So, in other words, don't start a building and then you just get slothful, all right? And that's what that's going into. You have men that come into this thing, all right? And they can't bear the cross. All right. They found Yahweh Shai. All right. They kind of got into this thing and the Lord blew their candle out. So they wasn't able to finish. All right. It says, lust happily after he has laid the foundation, all right, and is not able to finish it. Don't don't get into this foundation and be not able to finish it. You want to be able to endure to the end. All right. It says, all that behold, it begin to mock him. All right. So this is the type of spirit that you do not want to be in. You don't want to be a brother that, all right, started off on fire, all right, then became lukewarm, and then you all of a sudden you don't even want to have nothing to do with the truth no more. You kind of back on the block. All right. You've kind of forgotten your first love. All right. So let's go to the book of Luke. We got to remember that this thing is about self-denial, man. We got to keep that in mind. Self-denial, man. Right? And being willing to lose the whole world, man. All right, so let's go to verse 24. All right, so this is Luke chapter 9, verse 24. For whosoever will save his life, all right, shall lose it. Listen, this is going back into that again. What we were speaking on earlier, all right? For whosoever will save his life, right? Any man or woman that's willing to serve the Lord, they're preserving their own life. Right? Why? Because you're removing yourself from folly. You're removing yourself from corruption and wickedness, man. All right? And when you chase after the Lord, Satan flees away from you, man. So whosoever will save his life shall lose it. Meaning you're going to lose, again, that old lifestyle. All right? But it's meant to be, right? It says, but whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. All right? So you saving yourself, man. All right? From the troubles of this world. And you also doing yourself a favor by enduring to the end, because you get to inherit the kingdom. The greatest thing that's going to ever be on earth. It says, for what is a man advantage if he gained the world? So what is a man advantage if he gains the world, the whole world, and lose himself or be cast away? Meaning what? What advantage did you get once you've become rich, once you've gotten all these possessions, and you lose yourself in the midst of that growth? A lot of times, brothers and sisters, they get rich, all right, and they become drug addicts, man. Homosexuals, all right, they kind of go up under an oath, all right. They start pulling their hair out, man. There's a lot of rich men that's in the world that said they're not happy to be at the top because it's lonely, man. All right. So what is the advantage, all right, for a man to gain the whole world and to lose himself in the midst of it, man? Or to be cast away, the Lord is asking. It says, for whosoever shall be ashamed of me, all right, and of my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed. So if you know this truth, all right, but you're afraid to put your fringes on, you can't give the Lord an hour of your time, all right? Hey, the Lord said that you're ashamed, man. Right? You can't put the cigarette down, all right? You can't keep your hands off your woman, all right? Hey, you kind of can't stop shooting at people, all right? You doing stuff, all right, that's putting you in danger when you can be, and you know the truth, all right? You kind of got weed all on Facebook, all right? And you know the truth, showing the world that you once knew the truth, but all of a sudden you become ashamed. You kind of take the fringes off, all right? You kind of get to going into the barbershop, shaving your beard off. You ain't got your beard no more. On the low with it. You picking up shrimp and lobster, all at restaurants with these females. All right. Back at the parties again, hanging out with your boys, popping pills, sipping Henny. Hey man, you ashamed of the Lord. Why are you ashamed of the Lord? Because you're afraid to put those pleasures down, and you're afraid of what the man that's sitting next to you got to say. For whosoever shall be ashamed of me and of my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed. So the Lord is going to be ashamed of you. So in judgment day, the Lord is going to look at you and say, I never knew you. All right? Ain't that the scariest thing I ever want to, that's the scariest seat that you ever want to sit in, man. You don't want the Lord to say, I never knew you. When you once labored in this thing, all right? It says, when he shall come in his own glory and in his Father's and in the holy angels. So when the Lord returned in that glory and he got the Father and the holy angels on the side of him, you don't want the Lord to be disappointed in you. I'm going to say this. It's a beautiful thing if you can understand this truth. Just on a base level. If you can understand this truth and your spirit bear witness and you understand that this is real, that's a blessing. But it's even more of a blessing when you able to take that walk. Because there's many men, all right, on the earth today that be ashamed. All right? So we got to get away from that spirit, man. Right? This is John chapter 15. Right? John chapter 15. Let me see. What's in 17? Let's start there. Henceforth, I call you not servants, for the servants knoweth not what the Lord doeth, but I called you friends. Did not the Lord call Abraham friend? The Lord called Abraham friend. Okay? Because Abraham was faithful unto death. All right? Abraham was not ashamed. Abraham didn't care what people thought of him because he knew with all his heart that it was a better reward serving the Lord. All right? It says, Shalakia, having trouble here. For all things, all right, that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you. Right? It says, ye have not chosen me. No, 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 no. And that's another thing we got to remember. And this is why brothers don't push. All right. Back in the day, we used to be more aggressive on pushing this on you. All right. But now that we got more wisdom, we don't push the truth on you. Why? Because the Lord has to choose that person. We can give them the wisdom. We can share this knowledge. But if the Lord did not choose you, all right, then it wasn't for you. That goes back to what I was saying about you being, that's why you're blessed if you have the eyes to understand this truth. Because a lot of men will never see it. It says, ye have not chosen me. You didn't decide to just go get in this word. The Lord ordained your spirit from the start. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. So if you understand this, you were called. You were called. If you can get this word and you understand exactly what we're going into, and you can see the prophecies, you understand the milk, you are called. But we got to remember, many are called, but a few are chosen. Right? It says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you. You are already ordered to deliver this word, or to be a prophet, or to be a servant. All right? Or to be a fisher, or to be a hunter for Yahweh Shai. It says, that ye shall go and bring forth fruit. Now, when we go out in the highways and the byways, what do you think we're doing? We're bringing forth fruit. All right? We're planting seeds. We letting people know exactly what they're supposed to know. Now, if you got an organization, right, and it's supposed to be about wisdom and knowledge, but when they leave your organization, they have not learned nothing, you're not bearing fruit. All right? That wisdom and knowledge is what's going to pop open that seed, man, and it shall grow. It says, and that your fruit shall remain, right? The fruit shall remain because this wisdom and knowledge, it goes from body to body and it travels on the earth. And it's been like that since the beginning. And I believe that's mentioned in the Book of Wisdom of Solomon. And if I'm not mistaken, it's the 7th chapter. And if a brother know the precept, they could post it in the link or in the comments. It says that whosoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. So those men, all right, that serve the Lord with sincerity and they pray constantly, fervently, all right, and whatever they ask for the Father, he's going to give it to them, right? Now, I know for me, I don't like to ask for material things from the Father, but even if you did, if you were diligent, all right, and you were sincere about walking in the world, walking in this truth, Salakia, you can ask the Father for a material thing, man, and he'll give it to you, man. All right. It says, these things I command you, that ye love one another, and you loving one another by giving this wisdom and knowledge to it, one passing it on, man. All right, and this all stems back by what? Bearing your cross, man. This is very important in these last days that we bear our cross. All right, meaning what? I'm gonna give the definition again. It says burden, carrying that burden that Yahweh Shai carried, right? Meaning what? Pretty much killing that old man, putting down that old lifestyle, right? Becoming righteous, right? It says self-denial, meaning what? You have to put down a lot of pleasures that you have once had. And I'm going to just name a few, all right, of the law, right? Whoremongering, adultery, eating pork, all right, eating shrimp, crab, lobster, all right. And these is just base laws that we give you when you first come into this thing. Nothing too grievous. Now there's 613 law, statutes, and commandments that you should follow after, all right? But on a base level, you want to start here. Get fringes on, all right? Put your fringes on, okay? What else you got to do, man? Right? Put down the cigarettes, all right? Put down the hardcore drugs, okay? Don't be a drunkard. Don't be a lion beating your damn woman down. All right, all these things are for your own good. Now, on top of all of that, the most important thing, all right, after learning that you have laws, is what? The faith. All right, that guideline that I just gave you, all right, that's the works to show that you got faith. But you build up faith by what? Studying to show yourself approved. You reading. You have a desire. You got to have a desire to follow the Lord, man. All right? That desire, all right? Let's see if I can pull this up. That desire determines your faith. So in order to bear your cross, right, you got to have faith, man. If you don't have faith, you won't be able to bear your cross. All right. So let's put this up real quick. And there we go. Satan is being Satan. Let's see if it loads this time. And there we have it. All right. Let's see if I can pull it up over here. Salakia, y'all. Bear with me for a second. There we have it, man. Right. And if I can't pull it up, I'll just read it off the my phone, man. All right. All right, so this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1. It says, now faith, all right, is the substance of things hoped for, right? The evidence of things not seen, all right? And we have not seen the Hamashiach in his lifetime. We have not obtained the kingdom of heaven, all right? Right, we have not seen a lot of the stuff that's being mentioned in this book, but through that substance of faith, all right, the evidence of things, all right, not seen, we believe, man. Right? It says, now the faith is the substance of things hoped for, the substance of things not seen. So although we have not seen these things, right, and we don't have evidence, we believe with all of our heart because we got faith. We know that is true. Our spirit tells us so. It says, for by it the elders obtained a good report. And guess what? By having that faith and the works, the elders obtained a good report with God. All right? Because if you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, you in good shape. But if you can still keep the commandments and not make it. But if you got faith, all right, you have a higher chance obtaining the kingdom. That's why we always say faith and works go together like peanut butter and jelly, man. All right. It says, through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God. By faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God, because it gives you an understanding on the whole foundation of the earth and how everything was played out and operated. We understand that this is the Lord's movie. We know that there's no human who can climb up, has a ladder long enough to climb up to the sun, or even got gloves hot enough to design something like that. Or the moon, all of these things that's put before you, man. There's no way. There had to be a higher understanding, a higher power, man. Right? Let's read on. It says, by faith, Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain. Salakia, and that's Abel. Right? By faith, Abel, all right, offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain. Cain lost faith. In Genesis 4, Cain could have had a better sacrifice, man. But Cain was carnal as hell, man. All right. By which he obtained witness that he was righteous, God testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. Now, I think I'm gonna read just a couple more. I'm not gonna read this whole chapter, but you know what? I'm gonna leave this to as homework to all the brothers and sisters watching. Open up your scriptures and read Hebrews 11. This should be a faith builder right here. Read this entire chapter. It's gonna break down, all right, how our forefathers had faith in the Lord. And it's going to bring up such certain situations and how the Lord delivered them out of that by having faith, man. All right. And they all bear their cross, right? And became a friend to the Lord. So with that, I hope it was edifying through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Until next time, shalom.